All right, what's up? Welcome to the Gossip Intellectual Podcast with me, Royce Wynn, talking about sports, entertainment, politics. All right, the politics just don't stop. It's been a wild week. Every day it's wild. It's a circus. It's crazy. Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh my. Trump administration, oh my. Got to change that to Lions, Trump administration, Bears, and Tigers, oh my. It's been a pretty wild, man. But first, how are you? Hope you're doing well. This is Thursday night. Schedule got moved around. And I was like, do I want to wake up early and do the podcast on Friday or Thursday night? I was like, Thursday night. I'm fresh off of doing live comedy. My brain is more warmed up. We're in joke mode. Okay. So why not do it Thursday night? It's rainy, so sorry for the raindrops. Listen, man, this is a low budget operation, which is also why I didn't want to do it Friday morning, because it's so much for me to set up and everything and edit it. So it's like, why not just do it now instead of having to wake up earlier and rush and do it Friday. So we're doing it Thursday night. You don't care. As long as you have something to listen to run away from your thoughts, to keep you from going crazy. Hopefully you're not one of those people that grab machine guns, but if you are, hopefully my podcast stops you from doing that. That's the most arrogant thing you say. You know what? I'm stopping mass shooters with my podcast. That's how good I am at doing podcasting. No, but yeah, the podcast is used to pass time. It's crazy. You put all this energy and effort into things these days, and it's really used for people to entertain themselves while they're eating, washing the dishes, or transportation. Most of the times it's transportation. Transportation is when you're listening to people talk. All right, so you don't have to talk to yourself. I will talk to myself for you, so you don't have to talk to yourself. I'm doing okay. That's how I kept answering that question. I have to find another way to communicate with people. I pride myself on small talk. I didn't do good tonight. I just said, how are you doing? They're like, good, how are you? I'm okay. Okay. Because, I got things going on, and it's not stuff you want to just pile on somebody, and I don't want to talk about it with you. You're not my therapist, okay? So, you just got to bring up something that's going on. Whether, we did talk about comedy. We talked about comedy a little bit. The show, what bits are you working on? Fashion, something. Work on your small talk, okay? Try not to be too much of a burden, but overall, if you're doing a podcast, your life isn't that bad, right? I'm doing a podcast on a Thursday night. The struggle privilege life is what I call it, right? Could be worse, right? I have less roommates than I did when I first moved to New York, so that's always good. Just one roommate. Have my own bathroom, living life of luxury. Still single. Still trying to figure it out. Navigate that. Try to make a good decision while I'm watching everybody get divorced and watching the post-divorce press conferences. That's what people are doing now. It's just like, so what happened during the divorce? This is what happened. I couldn't say anything before, but I put up 25. He only put up 20. So post-divorce press conferences, books, and lots of material, right? So everybody's trying to figure it out. I say it all the time. Relationships are the hardest thing to figure out. Romantically and other things too. It's just hard to bring somebody that God made in a different form and fashion together with somebody else, and to always get along and always feel validated and, listened to and heard. So, trying to figure it out. I'm like, I like the little fashionistas, the little fly girls, the sophisticated girls, the smart girls. It's like, I am that too. But it's just like, you got to come with a certain lifestyle if you're going to go for that type of girl, right? Maybe. I don't know. I go back and forth like, are my standards too high or not? Who knows? But I'm working on myself, building myself up. My thing is like, this is winter workouts. Winter, you hibernate, you read, you build yourself up, and then spring, summer, that's when you get the girls. I mean, I was like, I gotta get out of the house. I went for a walk today around 5, and I was like, oh, people are out during this time. I have such an odd schedule, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to walk around 5 and 6, and hopefully, I don't know, like, I guess I don't want to say I'm trying to meet people, but just see people, have conversations. So there you go about about my love life. Was watching a Bill Burr special, and I was like, that's so funny, the generational differences, because he was like, when he comes home from the road, he just wants to lay on the couch, watch sports, relax, which I do like doing. I love a good couch. I love a good couch relaxation with a snack. Give me some gummies, some chocolate, and some mindless entertainment. But I was like, I do like to go out and get dressed up and drink margaritas and eat tacos. Hell yeah, I want to go. Tonight, tomorrow, 2 days from now, I want to go. But yeah, my dad's like that too. He doesn't want to go anywhere. But I was like, I like going out to eat. I'm a foodie. Okay. And when my rent was $1,000 cheaper, I was out all the time eating and shopping. But that's the one thing about getting older. You need money. The older you get, you need the money to do this. Sorry, the rain is so loud right now. I picked a rainy night to do a podcast. That's just how my life is going. The older you, I'm gonna try to speak louder. That's the one good thing about being a live performer. I know how to talk over stuff. So then the older you get, you gotta get money for your own space, and you gotta get money to go out and be in the space of other people. So it's just a lot of money, and the billionaires are taking all of the money. So it's like, I just want to go eat tacos. Can you make it so the regular person can go eat tacos on a rainy night? Yeah. So it's like, that's the difference between, I think, me and the older generation. I was saying on TikTok today, like 25 to 45, it's like the non-toxic. The manosphere got the 13 to 25-year-olds, and then 50 and up, they're just wild. They just have these old views between men and women. But I think secretly in that age group, there's a lot of breadwinners that are women, and people just don't admit it. Right? I remember when I used to do sales, I saw a couple women was like, I'm the breadwinner, I make the decisions. Either way, she's going to make the decisions, right, about the house. Okay. I think that's enough about me. Anything I want to hear? And I was just like, I'm starting to feel the pressure where it's just like, you know what? You got to make a move while you still got a hairline. So I was like, poor girls, like the dudes with the hairlines like me can't afford them, and then like the responsible guys that have stuff are all bald. It's like, what are you gonna do? It's like the bald-headed guys, they're because they got responsibility. They got bills, employees, and their back is sore. Me, I'm just, reading, figuring out new music, and meditating. I have too much free time. I don't have enough responsibilities. He's got a good hairline. He doesn't have enough responsibilities. That's a joke, guys. Okay, he's exaggerated. All right. I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my best. All right, let's talk about Tesla. So I was like, as messed up as my life is the problems that I got, I'm doing better than Tesla, okay? Because Tesla is just falling. Stock prices are plummeting, all right? The top investor asked Elon Musk to step down. This is all because of Elon Musk and his antics and his political views, which brings me so much joy. So much joy. That word gets used a lot in a lot of places. But it's just funny that he, did all this to make more money and he's losing money. It's like, all right. So the people do see something. All right. There is a stance. So everywhere you go online, every app, Teslas are burning, which is great. It's like all these tech bros were sitting behind Trump, but on all their apps is burning Teslas. They thought they were going to be burning money. You're burning Teslas, all right, which I guess is burning money. So everything Elon Musk touches loses value. Twitter, Teslas, and pussy. It all falls. So people hate the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck has the worst PR. Like Elon Musk, he ruined PR for South Africans after all Nelson Mandela and Trevor Noah did. But the Cybertruck ruined the PR for, I don't know, boxed SUVs, like futuristic spaceship cars. They're going to have to find out a whole new type of shape for the next Cybertruck. Because anything that looks like a type of, I don't know, triangle, rectangle put together is triggering at this point. Like, people treat the Tesla like the fat kid in high school that nobody liked in the 90s. Okay? Tesla is a fat kid of SUVs. People just kick it. They spit at it. Cybertruck's is almost a slur at this point, or gets called slurs. All right? People just hate this Cybertruck. And they said it's made cheaply. They said it falls apart, but it has some cool things about it. But it's bad. I was like, if Tracy Morgan got hit by a Cybertruck, he'd be broke. Okay, so the Walmart truck is worth more than a Tesla truck, Cybertruck, at this point. And so then I saw a little clip where he said, I've done nothing harmful. I'm like, you did a salute. People are losing their jobs left and right that voted for your people. What do you mean you did nothing harmful? Have you ever heard the word political violence while you're counting numbers in your head? We'll talk about how they're bringing certain things back, too, in a second that should be long gone. So even though the Democrats are losing their favor and their approval ratings is low, so is Elon Musk and Tesla. So nothing's working, pretty much. The American people have been left on their ass as usual. And so that anger is going to go somewhere, right? Okay? Call me artsy fartsy artist if you want, but the energy you put out is the energy you get back. So you try to burn everybody's lives while they're burning your Teslas. No. He got mad and said the lunatics on the left. I said they have balls on the left. They got more balls than the Democrats and Chuck Schumer. So how else are they supposed to get your attention? Okay? By the way, which we have to bring up, is your people January 6th. So, That was actual people. That wasn't just a Cybertruck. All right. That was lunatics. And then they got pardoned for that. So somebody pardon these Tesla burners if y'all can find them. At least they know how to hide. They don't wear camo and put deer hats on in the Oval Office. So the top investor asked him to step down. That's bad. That's how bad it's going when people with billions of dollars are like, hey, this is affecting my money. And I got a lot of money. So we'll see if Elon Musk steps down. But I don't know. I said this on TikTok, but like, I didn't even know. He didn't even make he wasn't the inventor of like the Tesla car. It was like two guys that sold him the name to be the founder. So he literally just bought his way into Tesla. He did nothing. He's a great businessman, a big businessman that does nothing, and asked me to sell his cars on the lawn. So yeah, that was hilarious. So Trump had a car sale online. On the lawn in the White House after Tesla stocks dropped. And I'm just like, are you not embarrassed as a business owner to have the president just bail you out and basically do a commercial for you in the White House? Like, figure it out. Okay, you bought the presidency. Like, come on, please. And did it work? The people that are gonna buy Teslas already bought the Teslas. They were already fans, so it's not gonna come back. So, the Teslas are gone. Okay, they don't fuck with you, and that's why people don't respect you, because you can't take an L. Okay, if you made a shitty car and you did shitty things in the presidency, then don't ask Trump to bail you out. Be a real businessman. Make some business happen. Right? Stand on business. Do business. Get creative. You can't. You just buy your way out of everything. You just ask somebody to support you every time you get in a jam, and then y'all talk about DEI. Please. That's DEI marketing right there. Let me have my little South African sell some Teslas. Weak. All right. So while he was selling Teslas, he's doing more DEI. He wants to bring segregation back. Insane. So after a recent change by the Trump administration, I'm reading this, the federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. First of all, we all got bottled water. Nobody's even drinking out of fountains anymore. That's how nostalgic they are for segregation and racism. They put in water fountains in the documents, whatever. What the hell is wrong with you? All right, out of all the things you could be doing, you focus on splitting people up to eat food and whatever else. Use the bathroom. I never seen politicians so focused on bathrooms and restaurants in my life. You shut all the restaurants down during the pandemic, deservingly so. And now you're so focused on whatever they do. Okay. I'm working on, like I was talking about, how like men are obsessed with women's bodies. Men actually make more money off of women's bodies than women actually do. OnlyFans, all these websites, it's just men creating websites to look at a woman, and then they're constantly criticizing women. But the federal government with DEI and restaurants is so focused on what people are doing when they're just trying to get something to eat or work. Are you a DEI worker? So that's insane. And it just shows where this administration's mindset is at and what they want to do. And everybody's like, it's just federal contractors. The fact that they even put this in place, it sets a precedent. a precedent. Okay? And they want things to be looked at a certain way and run a certain way. It's ridiculous. And then black people are like, if you really want segregation, let's do segregation. And what sports are you gonna watch? Okay, and how much swag will y'all have? America will be a swagless, sportsless city. I mean, country. So that's just wild that they're so focused on DEI. They had the Jackie Robinson. They took down his military service. By the way, I just learned about that. So Stephen A. Smith went off on that. He was honorably discharged because something he didn't want to get on. He didn't want to sit down somewhere, so he was honorably discharged, and so it was taken down and put back up because they like the exceptional blacks. Not Jackie a Tiger, not my Jackie a Tiger, Michael Jordan. But he's just so focused on this DEI, but meanwhile, in the long run, it's hurting a lot of people that support him. And it's just stopping blacks from getting ahead, getting a chance. And it's like, if you look at the country and the world, last time I checked, black people made it better. Okay. Y'all are the one creating the laws and the plans and running the world, and it's a disaster. But then y'all are like, all these black people that work for us while we're doing all this crap. It's like, we're the ones in there trying to save y'all from making racist campaigns. But y'all don't listen. Y'all need more DEI. So the fact that you think the DEI is hurting you is crazy to us. Because we work with y'all. Y'all are uptight. Y'all panic. Y'all don't make good decisions. Y'all not well-rounded. You say stupid things. It's like you need DEIs. And DEI just means you're qualified. You just got a chance to get looked at instead of it just being all the people that look the same in there. The fact that they want to bring segregation back is wild. Also, black people are not surprised. We're just like, y'all always on some crazy ish. Always. It's just funny to us. It's like, please. You're gonna segregate us in the restaurant? Well, no jerk chicken for you. Eat European food then. Okay. So with the Jackie Robinson thing, it was an army bus that he had boarded, and he refused to move to the back of it, and so he got honorably discharged. Okay. By the way, talking about sports, so that means anybody who's not black is DEI hires in sports. Right. It's just weird when you talk about DEI and segregation. Like, clearly, black people have made a huge impact, but the disparity is ridiculous. When you look at the wealth gap, it's ridiculous. And to say that we're not just as qualified or just as talented or just as smart, I mean, clearly we've proven we're the best. We have Neil deGrasse Tyson, the best of sports, brilliant people. And those people get overlooked if you have a bunch of privilege and wealth. Just getting passed down with the real DEI, which is just Nepo babies, hiring more Nepo babies. So, whatever. So the big news today was Trump did sign the executive order to end the Department of Education, which people are saying he can't fully do it with Congress, but it's going to gut out so much that it's just going to be a hollow Department of Education, which is ridiculous, which is really just about religion and history and how people are being educated. All right, I just did a show for some foreigners, and they think we're idiots, right? Like, a comedian made a joke, like Switzerland and Sweden are the same place. It was a dude from Switzerland and Sweden sitting on the couch, and they thought she was serious. They were like, y'all don't know anything. And then they might not be wrong, to be honest. I mean, Trump thinks America owns everything. Gulf of America, Canada, 51st state. It's just ridiculous. But like we're saying, kids in public schools won't have anywhere to go. They won't be able to have school. There was a whole protest in Colorado, and I said I think it's gonna happen all around the country where public schools won't be funded, and teachers will be out of jobs, and kids are just gonna be behind, and we're already behind. He's like, bad education, double it. I'll never forget. It was like some interview, and it was like, really, America leans on the back and like science and math and I guess, like, the stuff where smart people do stuff like NASA, engineering. It's really foreigners becoming American citizens doing most of the work for those things. But I don't know. Some people are saying sometimes they don't give Americans a chance for those jobs. But again, his focus is ridiculous. Like, it's all about just like identity and ego and how things should look and sound, and he's not making anything better for the country, for the world. It's just, take that away. I don't like how that looks. He's the most diva president ever. And so it's just going to make things more divided, and we're just going to be raising people who know less about what they should know. It's like damn near like slavery. You have to hide and find a book to know what's the real history and get a real education these days. So Trump is for sure a racist. Just the conversation I was having 6-7 minutes ago with the whole DEI is really trying to take away black and brown people from progressing. That's what it really comes down to, which is a racist law. So anything he says about black people, take it with a grain of salt. He does not support black people. He does not like blacks getting ahead. All right. Yeah. So I think they said the people can still get like their loans for school and stuff. But a lot of stuff is going to be gutted. And, I think overall, billionaires have always wanted the country to be dumb, as long as you're drinking and partying and addicted to the apps. You're not focused on what they're doing, which is taking all the money and doing whatever they want to do. Which is just like, what do you want to do? Do you even know what you want to do? It's just make more money, or like Bill Burr said, just make some robots and get with your dream girl, whatever, have big weddings and hang out with athletes that never hung out with you in high school. So that's where we're at. Gloom and doom. Gloom and doom. So when you hear these things and you're like, who's going to stop these people? And you're hoping the Congress does, and the House and the Senate. Everybody's still mad at Chuck Schumer for voting for the CR bill, continuing resolution bill, which gives them the power to do this stuff and cut Medicaid and cut resources for people. So Chuck Schumer went on like a tour explaining why he voted for it, because he had a bad week too. Him and Tesla had a bad week. And people are just like, stand up for something. Get arrested. Stand up. We haven't had anybody do anything since Al Green. And the thing was, they decided as a party that they weren't going to vote for the bill. In the last minute, he folded. He still had his glasses on, but he folded. So he got pressed on every press conference he went on, and nobody agrees with Chuck Schumer. If it's one person that nobody agrees with, it's Chuck Schumer. Nancy Pelosi don't agree with Chuck Schumer. The View don't agree with Chuck Schumer. Royce went on his couch, don't agree with Chuck Schumer. Nobody agrees with Chuck Schumer. So he didn't want the government to shut down because he's like, immediate checks will stop or whatever. But like I said before, drastic times take for drastic measures. If in the end it would have made, we'll suffer with you. That's what a protest is. You have to suffer a little bit for the grand scheme of things. And it's just like, they're so radical, they're not going to work with you ever. You have to force their hand. What are you not getting about that? So, I don't know. I don't know where we're going from this. Trump said he talked to Putin. Okay, they came to some sort of agreement. Putin wasn't gonna take energy from Ukraine or something. So people are saying they're conspiring to get oil from Ukraine. All I know is everybody is trying to defend Zelensky, and Trump is the only one getting along with Putin. Then a story came out that Putin left Trump on hold for an hour while he was at a press conference. So Putin made Trump his little biatch, which Kamala Harris said he was going to do. So the whole world is uniting while Putin and Trump are coming together, and it's so bad that people want to take our statues back. The Statue of Liberty, France is like, you don't even deserve that anymore. Yeah, and it'll take a genius political mind to realize you should never probably be kissing up to Putin. Okay. Putin is shit. What was the movie with the dude where he played a dictator? He always does like spoofs. Damn it! I can never think of his name. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Sacha Baron Cohen. It's actually called The Dictator. Putin's like a real life version of that. He was just off his family, make up his own websites, just do whatever. Him and Kim Jong-un, they're crazy, dog. They're some wild boys. So yeah, any type of agreement with him. Now he did put out a statement saying he was gonna go at Putin, but once we saw he left him on hold. That's crazy. That's embarrassing. That wasn't propaganda. That was like a real story. Like the whole group of people were like, "Are you talking to Trump? Not right now." So we got a wannabe dictator sucking up to a dictator. The rest of the country is like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" The rest of the world, I mean, it's like, "Oh my God," the country too. What is going on? And Zelensky's like, these fucking idiots. I tried to reason with them, and they talking about my clothes. So I don't know. We'll see. It would be nice if they did get a ceasefire. So let me see what happened with the ceasefire today. Ceasefire on Putin. Did he have a ceasefire? Oh. Hours after agreeing to a partial ceasefire with Russia, Ukraine wakes to scene of fiery devastation. Yeah. Putin not gonna cease fire. I will not cease fire. Okay, I said that, but now I take it back. I'm a dictator. That's what I do. I take things back and I do what I want to do. Yeah. 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 Every time you do a ceasefire, he breaks the ceasefire. But did you pay us back? Did you apologize? So yeah, that's unfortunate. So hopefully they get it. I just look at some of the images. Hopefully they get some type of ceasefire and come to some type of agreement. And I don't know. Trump is just going to agree to whatever Putin does. So I don't know how that's going to happen. And then Zelensky hurt his little ego by embarrassing him on camera, even though Trump was trying to hurt Zelensky's ego by embarrassing him on camera. So who knows how that's going to go. Yeah, that's it. War criminals are beefing. Well, one war criminal is beefing with other people, but we got Kendrick Lamar dissed Drake again on the Playboy Cardi album, and I was talking about it today. I felt bad for Drake because this was the one time Drake was kind of minding his business. Now, people said he did sneak diss him a little bit on the album, but the album was mostly made for girls. Now, it was made for girls in a weird way. The way he was talking about sex was like kind of misogynistic. It was like a hardcore Orrin album talking about sex when I'm fucking you. Pretty much what the whole album was. So then Kendrick Lamar hopped on the Playboy Cardi song and just laid into Drake. It was hilarious, but the list is long. Drop. Go listen to the song. But then it got worse for Drake because UMG then put out a statement like, basically, Drake, you entered into this rap battle on your own, like all people do. Both sides exaggerated things, and you lost. And so don't blame us for your loss. So I said, if you paint that image in real life of like Drake was having sex and then Kendrick busted in and made fun of him, and then he got the mail, and basically his label was just like, yeah, he's really good at making fun of you, way better than you. Don't blame us. It's pretty much what happened to Drake. So they said Drake is coming back with more music, and I'm like, he definitely is, because he's got a lot of bills. Drake likes to spend. Drake likes to party. So he's a fun husband too, I guess. If he ever got married, Drake is always down for some tacos and margaritas and a trip. He just, he'll be one of many. All right. White Lotus got wild and freaky. Okay. If you haven't watched, spoiler alert. Well, I always spoil it. You should know by now. So the brothers kissed. Nobody saw that coming. And the younger brother initiated. First of all, the younger brother took the drugs, right? And convinced the older brother to, which is wild. And I said, first of all, the French lady, she's evil. Okay? I think she's evil. You know what? I'm not going to say that on camera. But she's plotting on the younger brother, who is a senior in high school. And she was like, I just like his little innocence. Like, what? PDF. And then Rick's girl is just there for the ride, but she's keeping her distance, but she's calling Rick, but then Rick didn't answer the phone. So she's like, you know what? Maybe I will bang the finance bro that is the son of the dad. Okay, so they're just drinking and taking drugs, and by the way, not good. Okay, they casually just showed them putting tabs in their mouth, which is probably acid, and so HBO, I don't know, you're making drugs look sexy and cool, and young people watching White Lotus are gonna think it's cool. I always say I have experimented with things because of music I was listening to. Future, it's your fault. All right. So yeah, we don't know how far it went with them, but the three women, they went back, and I thought they were going to do it in the pool, but they eventually got the guys to go home because the married one was like, "This is wild. Like, how long is this going to go on?" But then the Hollywood one with the younger boyfriend had the dude come back over, and they got it in, and she was trying to tell her friend to get with him, the divorced one that's paying spousal support, and she banged the man that she was telling her to get with. So that was wild. It's just like, all right, they're not real friends, all right. They're shady, because at first it was like a little shade. It's like, are they talking about each other behind the back? And it's like, the person you were trying to hook her up with, and you got a man. Just greedy. See? Hollywood girls, greedy. So then the dad, he took the security dude's gun. This is the worst security guard I've ever seen. He letting people get robbed. He getting manipulated by the girl. He's getting bullied. He's getting his gun taken. This dude should have been fired. Right? At this point, it feels like he's DEI, even though he's Thai in there in Thailand. So he just asked the dude, "I think you have something in mind." He was like, "I don't know what you're talking about," and he just let him go, like he was Chuck Schumer. All right, well, I tried. And so then. Oh, yeah. So then he was, the dad had the gun to his head, about to, and then the wife came in and stopped him. And he was like, "I'll be there in a second." Still hasn't told her that he took all her pills or whatever. So everybody's on pills and going through a midlife. Oh, then the craziest thing, I did a little sketch about it with Rick meets his old friend. I think his friend gave him like a weapon, played by Sam Rockwell. And he does this whole monologue, which I still need somebody to break down, because his wife, who plays the married woman on the show, was like, the monologue was saying what the whole show was about. And I was like, I didn't get that. I just got a freaky ass weird dude who was partying too much. Because he was like, he was partying too much, getting girls every night. Then he was like, he wanted to be the girl, so he dressed up and had dudes come do it to him. It was like threesomes. And then, he was like, I felt like I was a little Asian girls that I was being. And he was like, and then I had to become a Buddhist. And to me, I think sometimes as somebody who's written a couple of things, it's just fun to write weird, crazy stuff sometimes. That's what I got from it. I don't think it was that deep, but maybe it'll come back around, so we'll see. But I think it was just a fun, crazy monologue. But people loved it. They were like, the greatest scene ever. And I was like, I don't know. It was cool. I mean, I did do a sketch about it, but I don't know. I just felt like I didn't feel like it was necessary. But it was like a cool scene. It was just different. It was just wild. So anyway, that was it. All right, that's the podcast. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great weekend, and hope you're doing well, and I hope when somebody says how are you doing, you have a good answer. All right, bye.